California. That's where we are for this edition of the... And off we go from SoFi Stadium. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. They'll be led out by a Heisman runner-up during his college days. It's the versatile Jalen Hurts.
Tremendous production in college at 2 different universities, and this is a guy who was a finalist for a Heisman Trophy. Still much more of a runner than a thrower, but has plenty of arm and is capable of making the big throws downfield. And don't underestimate his ability to think the game. Remember,
they'll start this, and right away, he lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. They'll keep it on the ground. Hensley. And now off to the races down the right side. And he's going to get this one all the way down to the Rams' 31-yard line. That one's good for 35 yards on the ground and a first down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Hurts sets up to throw it. A good decision in the end to pull it and run. Gets him 9 yards and a first.
Even though it's the opening drive of the game, he wasn't shy about taking off and running with the football, even knowing the defense is definitely going to take their shots at him. And that's exactly what they did. He better learn to slide, otherwise.
And I think the ball's out. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And that one coming on his opening carry of the season. Do you give him a mulligan?
You would
to, but this game counts. If this were preseason, he'd get a mulligan, but this is for real, so not expecting that at all. Got to find a way to take care of it. I'm sure he'll get other opportunities.
So now the Rams will get their first opportunity with a football. And they will be led out by their signal caller in his second year in the NFL now.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. It'll be a first down for the Rams there on a pickup of 18.
Hey, check that. Street.
Back to throw here. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
Here's 2nd and 10. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And that's going to be caught downfield by Fant. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 39. 23 yards the pickup there. Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10. Now they'll change things up. Here's a give to Bigsby. Ooh, the juke. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a gain of 15, and the Rams have a first down. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
Back to throw now on first down. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
They have their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Second down, here's a run with Bigsby. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
Trap 60. Riggs. 19 tight. Ready?
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. That's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
After the made field goal, Carlson now sets up to kick this away. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. And Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They go play action with Hurts. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up 3rd down on the sack.
Tremendous read and reaction by the defensive tackle, and frankly, partner, it's not that often the DTs have that type of easy access back to the quarterback. Never bought the play-action fade.
What do they have for this? 3rd and 11. Hurts. That is caught. He's across midfield. And finally marked down at the 23. A big 3rd down play there for the Niners. 53 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Here's Hurts to throw. And his throw here's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
From the gun, it's Hurts. And his throw is incomplete.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Throwing is Hurts. And he's not quite going to get to the marker. It'll be a gain of 8 on 3rd and 10.
That was a good effort there, trying to do it on his own, but as a defender, you're in a... because you have coverage responsibilities behind you, and if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback.
Exactly right. What you're hoping is that your guys in the front 7 can get him down.
So it was 4th and 1 down in the red zone, but they elect to take just the 3.
And I'm a little surprised that that's how they decided to play it, that they didn't go for it there. But sometimes just take those 3 points and put them in your pocket. I just have one question for you, partner.
Okay.
Hip pocket or back pocket?
Field goals all we've had so far. 3-3 now as the kick is away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their 2nd drive of the game. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around. 1st and 10.
Hold it ready. Go, Rig. Go. Check, go.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's got this to Williams, complete. And out across midfield, down to the 45. Give him 30 yards there. 3-3, a tight one after 1 on EA Sports. The Rams with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
They'll set up to throw. This is Fant on the short completion. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it's second down.
Hey, let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice, dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
And he is going to have a Rams first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's second down. They'll set up a throw. That pass caught. It's Williams. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 15-yard line. A first red zone opportunity of the new year here as they come up now 1st and 10. Now a handoff to Bigsby. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Ball at the 6 here as they work with a 2nd and 2. Another run by Bigsby. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Take Bigsby. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Rams have taken the lead.
2 good drives on their first 2 possessions. Remember, the first wound up in a field goal, but we all know field goals aren't going to cut it in the NFL. So they're not going to be denied here, and they wind up punching this one into the end zone.
Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And he's 1 for 1 on the new year as his kick is good. So that one an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And that'll be incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Play action. Here's Hurts. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down. This offense on 3rd down today, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. And he's going to go down again. It'll be a sack and a loss of 3, but more importantly, it brings up 4th down. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front seven defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance, they've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
Here comes the 49ers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line. And the Rams getting set to go now. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Second down and 6 now. On play action, they'll throw. And this is caught by Williams. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. 22 yards there, a first down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
Dances by him. That's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. 53 yards rushing for him in his first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football for triple option, you've actually called that play.
Let's go.
2nd and 10.
Hey, check that. Street.
He'll drop to throw. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
60 Maverick. Mustang 19. Go.
Back to throw. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Give him credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
That'll go down as just a 20-yard punt. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. And San Francisco gets set to go here. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd down. No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning. They had to run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Now back to throw. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
I know we're just in the 2nd quarter and there's a ways to go in this game, but that's his 2nd drop. I'm wondering if that's a little bit of an alarm bell for them when they start calling plays on the offensive side of the ball.
His eyes already looking upfield on that last one before he brought it in. They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a 49ers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They're going to look to throw. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL.
Hurts sets up to throw it. A quick throw there is incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the 1st half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Back to throw again. Hurts fumbles it. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. Well, we know he's got the speed to get downfield, Charles, but there's the negative side. A little loose with the football that time.
And that's normal, especially when you have his type of talents, because you feel like you're into the open field and maybe you don't feel the people who are around you or closing in. All quarterbacks have to do extra ball security drills with the way the game's played now because defenses, they attack the football as much as they attack the runner.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. Looking to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Here's 3rd and 7.
Check, Bobcat, check, Bobcat.
They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. He gets away from one. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
That looked great when he first took off because, in my mind, there was room to run and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his 4th down call.
So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good. And this will remain a 1-touchdown game.
Wow, partner, it's almost a little jarring to see a holder set up on the other side of midfield. I haven't brought out my binoculars to make sure on that one. But that is showing an awful lot of confidence in the kicker to try and hit from 61 yards. And this one winds up no good.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And incomplete on the deep ball. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll start up in the Pacific Northwest at Lumen Field in Seattle. And it's the Seahawks who have the lead in that one. The Seahawks trying to gut this one out as it was.
All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Taking it about the 1. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Out come the Rams. They'll have it first here to begin the third quarter. Now, this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. On the ground with Bigsby to start the drive. And he'll lose yardage and be down at the 7-yard line. Call it a loss of 14 on the play, and it'll be a 2nd and long.
Here we go, set. Seven Pirates.
They'll look to throw. He's got a man, complete. Now he's loose down the left sideline. Touchdown, L.A. Jamison Williams, 93 yards. And the Rams come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his second season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook, not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. That's complete to the running back, Nyheim Hines. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8. Back to throw here. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
2nd down, here's Jalen Hurts. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
He's just not at his focus in this game. It's not 1 drop. It's not 2. That's 3 for this contest.
Yeah, uncharacteristic for any NFL receiver, and he's no exception. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down.
Holding offense.
So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
This is fielded at the 7. Pushing his way through. Found good room to run there. Returns at 14 yards. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Jamison Williams out onto the field as his guys take over on offense. Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting him, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, yet he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
61 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. They went counter there offensively, and a couple of defenders were on skates for a second.
They certainly were, and you know what offensive linemen love about the counters and the misdirections? Sometimes you don't even have to block the defender. He can run himself out of the play if he doesn't read his keys properly.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Another big play as they get 28 out of that one. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Bigsby. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
A good pickup there, 21 yards. A run here with Bigsby. Oh, nice move. And a really good show of force there as he gets through for 4 tough yards. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Oh, my. You know that that's one that he'll want to have back. I mean, they did everything right. Got the linebackers commit on the play action. He just flat out missed.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. From 6 yards away. And the Rams are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. San Francisco's offense returns to the field. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get...
The ball comes out, and now the Rams have got it, going the other way. There he goes, right side. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. Well, if these guys wanted to get back in this game, they needed an almost perfect second half, and down 3 scores. A lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
That reminds me of my plan in college to get an A on the papers I turned in, but that didn't work out too.
Touchdown, Rams. Jamison Williams, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Rams get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Carlson on for the PAT. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The 49ers offense now. They work their way back onto the field. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD. And if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
2nd and 10, third quarter of the season opener. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That second down play nets a -4.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
So here's a 3rd and 14. Hurts. And that is incomplete.
And you can tell just by looking at them that this offense is a frustrated unit. Things are really unraveling here, and as a head coach, time to earn your paycheck. You've got to find a way to keep it together as that brings up another 4th down.
Here comes the 49ers punter now as he's on here to punt it away. Powers through. It's a net of 40 there. Punt of 48 and a return of 8. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain. 2.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Check, Bobcat. Ready.
Right back to him on first down. Shifts past him at the 45. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. It's a gain of 11 and a first down L.A.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Right there. Ready.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. It looked like almost a miscommunication defensively, because once he decided to keep it, he had pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah, it became a question of, wait a minute, who's got the quarterback? And when you talk about miscommunication, it's supposed to be called assignment football on the defensive side of the ball. But the assignment gets mixed up. That's the end result.
And he'll be taken down after a decent gain, and that will bring us to the end of this third quarter of play. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. Back now in Los Angeles. It's the Rams out in front here. They've got control of the football as well as we get set for the fourth quarter. From the 21, here's 2nd and 3. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. A nice pickup of 10 means that this drive will stay on track.
As I take a look at the clock, I realize that this drive is eating up a good portion of the fourth quarter already. Got to tell you, partner, when you're trying to salt away a game, this is exactly what it's supposed to look like.
And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he takes it across for a Rams touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Rams are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their fourth quarter lead. Well, CD, I mean, simply put, if anyone around the league wasn't paying attention to them to start the season, they will be heading into week 2. This has been an impressive week 1 performance.
They've certainly announced that they are ready to go, haven't they? They wanted to send a message out to the rest of the league. You better put your eyes on us. We may be someone you have to reckon with.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Hurts to throw. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. That catch now puts him on the doorstep of 500. It's his 499th reception. Draw play. This is Hines. Oh, good move. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Second down. Here's Hurts. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And the Rams are going to take over once again at their... Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead. And he's going to have a Rams first down as he's able to get this up to the 37-yard line.
Let's go. 3. Ready.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. They juked him. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 55 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Go, check. Go, check. Ready.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Here's a 2nd and 5.
Ready.
Willis on the option to the right. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A good chunk on the ground on the keeper, 17 yards, first down.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
Go.
They run the option on 2nd down. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. 4 yards there on the keeper, but still going to bring up a 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Willis with another keeper. And he'll be out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Kate.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop them.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
Carlson now to add the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. And the result for the Rams, a touchdown. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Nyheim Hines now out of his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The 49ers ready to set up shop again offensively. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, and with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders. Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. They'll wind up losing 3 there on the sack. Good pressure, and it's second down. Throwing is Hurts. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. Now, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Hurts. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Taken in at the 22. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5, and they will take over 1st and 10. The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. And this is really the start to the season that you're hoping for if you're a coach or a player. They've got the big lead here in the 4th quarter, and now can really take some time off the clock. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
Holding offense.
Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
Following the penalty, they'll go back to the run game. 2 yards on the pickup. It'll be second down.
Well, obviously, they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead, now, they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now.
Got it. Ready? Ready.
Now, here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
Ready.
An extra DB for the 49ers now
Check
on
smash.
3rd.
Check smash. Street. Street. Ready.
No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And great field position coming up in the red zone at the 17-yard line. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Now throw out wide, going to be incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Now one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one